Hey, welcome back. Here I am on this Pitman arm, and I purchased a Pitman arm puller from Harbor Freight. I want to thank Bill and Joe Sousa and Mike's Repair Shop. All recommended that I get the right tool for the job instead of trying to use the 3-jaw puller, which obviously doesn't work. Now I've already broken this piece here. It goes in my impact, the 3/8 adapter. So that's how much torque's on there. It'll snap that. So now I'm on the breaker bar, and I'm holding the Pitman arm with my hand, and I'm going to try to squeeze it, get it tighter, and see if it'll come off. And at least I'm moving it. Turn it again. I hope I'm still in frame. Yep. Oh, man. I really got to get on top of it to get my... Whoa. That is really torqued on. Well, it's not torqued. It's probably rusted. Yesterday I sprayed some penetrating oil in there too, just to get in there. Oh yeah, that makes all the difference, that little bit of heat. Look at that. Look at that. Right off. Ta-da! I know what you're saying. Why didn't you use the heat before you broke your other tool? You don't have these problems. But there it is, Pitman arms removed. Now I think this thing pops right out. I hope it pops right out. Huh. And I think I was smart enough to make some punch marks on here, but I believe this only can go one way. There's some teeth missing, so it can only go on one way when I go to put it back together, because I don't want to screw it up when I put it back together. Maybe there's a seal in there that has to come out. I got to study up on this before I try to remove more of it, so stand by. I believe this is supposed to just tap right through. But before I start pounding on it, I put the nut back on. There it goes. Take the nut off. And now I got that out. That's the steering gears, I guess you want to call them. I'm going to clean this all up with solvent so I can repaint it. And the bushing that's got to come out or be replaced, which I'm not sure it has to be replaced because it seemed pretty tight to me, is right here. I guess there's a seal right there too. That's what it looks like. I'll see if, when I get the kit, which is coming in a couple days from Classic Auto Parts, I will find out what else has to be done. So I'm not going to press this out just yet. I think it presses out. Just push down on it. I do have a press, so I'd probably also use my ball joint clamp as well. But I'll get this cleaned up for now. That'll help move things along. Just in case we were wondering, I guess there's a third bearing that was in there. There it is. I don't know if you can see. Well, the pieces are falling out, but the cage is broken. So the new bearing, I believe, is included in the kit. So there's 3 bearings in the kit, I hope. And this one's shot too. So I'm glad I took this apart. I don't want to be running around with a broken bearing, even though I might have been the one to break it, taking this apart for all I know. But I can get these pieces together and get them cleaned up. We'll go from there. So now it's time to clean up this mess. I'll probably want to just soak these parts in gasoline like Joe Sousa does instead of using some expensive solvent. Gasoline's only $3 and I think around 20 cents a gallon. But just to clear the record, I called this oil, and Joe mentioned that I shouldn't put oil in there. I knew it was grease. I use 00 grease that I got from Tractor Supply previously. He suggested I use CV joint grease. Other people use corn head grease from John Deere. That's also been mentioned on a bunch of videos. But I just want to get this grease off my floor because I like to keep my floors clean and not slippery. So I'm scraping them up. And then I'm going to use, well, I had a spray bottle a minute ago. Where did it go? I got to go get it. Of totally awesome stuff. I got to show you this stuff. So now I'm doing the big cleanup after I took my Pitman arm off. Left with grease all over my floor. But this is what I use to clean up. This is called Totally Awesome Stuff. And I get it from the dollar store. So this whole bottle is like $1.25 after tax, and the dollar store is $1.25 actually. But it just cuts through grease. I use it to clean my camper. And you know, I'm not doing a paid commercial, but I'm a big fan of inexpensive products. And this really does the trick. You still see a stain there, so I'm going to hit it again. Believe me, I know this will cut right through it. It just takes a little time sometimes. Sit there for half a second. And, you know, I'm sure a lot of people are saying, what are you cleaning your floor for? On your hands and knees. Well, like I said, I like my floors clean. So I got my floor cleaned up. And now I'm just soaking the smaller parts in gasoline. Get the grease off them. Get them all cleaned up, ready for reassembly when the time comes. I guess I could soak them for a while if I wanted to. What I really want to do is get the big parts cleaned and painted. Set that over there. Soak this end. That's just, you know, regular gasoline. Ooh. Must be a burr there. It's caught the... See that? Hope that's not a problem. Going back on. But I want this nice and clean, so I'm going to paint this all black. Not probably. I always use Rust-Oleum. It's reasonably priced. Seems to work pretty well. I did the whole frame with Rust-Oleum. Did the interior with Rust-Oleum spray. So let that soak for a bit, and I'll get back to this. Thanks for watching.